Hey everyone, it's Michael Gelini again, Metro Sales Manager for Treasury Wine Estates in New York City. I'm joined today by Christina Wamgan. She is the DM of Off-Premise in New York City. Thanks for joining me, Christina, again.
Hi, Michael. How are you this morning?
And what are we talking about again today?
We are talking about the lovely Etude Rosé. This is the 2018 vintage from Santa Barbara County in California. This actually happens to be one of my favorite wines in the portfolio. I think that this wine has so much to offer at the price it sits at. You can't pass up the bottle, honestly.
Well, I want to spend my money on Provence rosés. Why should I drink this?
Well, like many other things in life, there are different styles of wine from different regions, and each region offers a different perspective and view on that style of wine. So for Etude, we are looking at American Rosé. It's a dry rosé, and it is made from the Etude vineyard.
Which is based in Carneros, a famous Pinot Noir producer, kind of all single estate. But for this one, they actually go down to Santa Barbara County and they go to the North Canyon Vineyards in Santa Barbara. So it's different for them. It's a whole different area for them. And John Priest, the winemaker, is a Pinot Noir specialist. So what are the grapes in this wine?
So they use 87% Pinot Noir in their blend. Like you said, coming from North Canyon. It's a little bit breezier, it's a little bit warmer for Pinot Noir, so I think the rosé is a lot juicier and full-bodied as far as rosés go.
Oh, okay.
You can just tell from the color right in your glass that it spends a little bit more time on their skins to absorb a lot more of the flavor and the color and the fruitiness of the varietal.
Because most rosés you see out of France are like light salmon or pink colored. I like when you get outside of France and you start to see the darker hues of rosé, like Spanish Garnacha, from Italy. But so this is a nice, richer color. To me, does the color speak to like the depth and the flavor of the wine? Do you think it's going to be a richer style than, say, light salmon colored rosé from Provence? Do you think the color kind of talks to the richness in the bottle?
Of course, the color just, for me, screams that it's going to be a full-bodied wine that you may have to approach a little bit differently from other rosés that you drink normally. For me personally, I find that when I first open a bottle of Etude, it does need to breathe a little bit like a red wine does, which is different for rosé. Most rosés don't need to do that, but for me personally, I feel like you really need to swirl it in the glass and let it sit for a minute and let it open to reveal the fruit flavors in there.
That's nice. So there's Pinot Noir in here, and what else? I see 9% Gruner Veltliner and 4% Tokai. So to me, the Gruner Veltliner is more like that celery kind of strong acidity, and then the Tokai is a little bit more floral notes, the more white peach and stuff.
Yeah, and I think that the Tokai adds a little bit more of a cooked fruit type of flavor to the rosé, which I think is nice. It really rounds out and balances with the acid. It adds a little bit of structure to the wine, which is good. So when the winemaker takes a similar approach to making the rosé as they do in other regions, they harvest the fruit at night to make sure that the grapes are as cold as possible. They take it into the winemaking facility and they whole cluster press again, and then they ferment it in steel to protect the freshness and the lightness of the wine, and then they bottle it soon after. Etude is definitely a vineyard that prides itself on minimal human intervention when they're making wine.
That's good. Do you think you can hold rosés a couple years?
I mean, the vintage that is out right now for the Etude is 2018. So I wouldn't recommend it much further than that. Once you buy the bottle, go ahead, open it, enjoy it. Maybe not store it, but there are plenty of rosés that are known to go for a few years.
I always think the everyday priced rosés, you know, like under $20, you want to drink right now. Like you want to enjoy.
Mhm.
You open the bottle, you don't think about it. It's when you get to your higher priced tete de cuvées and reserves is
Yes.
when they could lay down a year or two. I mean, after all, a lot of those are based on Syrah and Grenache.
Mhm.
It can actually last a couple more years. I think Etude could probably last the whole year and do really well. I think it's a great wine. If you're looking for something different and you want to just kind of veer off the Provençal line and try something different, you have a really respected producer from Pinot Noir making this bottle of wine of rosé, John Priest. He does a great job with it. It's not as acidic as our last video, as the Matua. The Matua,
Mhm.
a little bit more acidity in that. Do you think
Yeah.
it's colder in New Zealand?
Yeah, and I think that little bit of Sauv Blanc really helps to add to lift it. It's definitely colder in New Zealand, where they're making the wine. The South Island is one of the most southerly winemaking areas in the world.
Cool.
So to have this wine in Carneros, you're definitely getting a warmer growing environment. And also, don't forget, if you buy larger formats of this wine, you will be able to store it for longer, because larger formats are able to age longer than the smaller 750 bottles.
Plus, a larger format is really only 8 glasses of rosé.
Mhm.
It's 2 glasses a person for a table of 4. It's actually easier on the waiter. You're not making him run. You can pour as you want, and it looks so much better drinking rosé out of a Magnum.
Oh, you feel magnificent drinking
I
rosé.
do.
I know.
Sometimes even 3 liters when I'm really being stupid, but I like it.
Wow, 3 liters. I don't even know where you find 3-liter bottles,
The
but
store,
they have them.
they do.
um,
All right. Well, thank you very much for selling me some wine. I'm definitely going to pick up a bottle of this rosé because it's delicious.
yes, remember that rosé goes with any occasion. It's for any person, and it's for any setting. It really is just a beautiful bottle of wine. That's in most cases when you buy outside of France, it is affordable, approachable, and it's just a great wine to have fun with and have fun with friends.
I think these 2 rosés we spoke about in the 2 videos are definitely worth seeking out, grabbing a bottle or 2. I think they'll shock you with the value, what's inside the bottle and how good they're drinking. So it's trendy to buy Provence, but it's also trendy to try something new and show your friends something different and explore. Don't
Mhm.
do the same thing over and over again. I know as wine salesmen, we don't want to say that. We want you to keep drinking our wines over and over and over again, but try something different and explore. That's
Yes.
finest discovery.
Yes, be brave. Go out, try something new. Yeah,
Exactly.
be
But be
pleasantly
socially
surprised.
distant when you go out and be brave.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Christina. Have a great day. And thanks, everyone. Stay safe.
All right. Thank you, Michael. You too.
Bye.